Do 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 do. Alright, I'm gonna stop that. Hi, my name is Lewis, and this is my first ever Let's Play, and it is of one of my favorite games of all time. You might very well be asking yourself, Lewis, prithee, why in the world are you doing a Let's Play of a game that has been out for more than 10 years now? And, well, I'm so glad you asked. The simple answer is that it's because I want to. And you know, that is enough reason for me. The Elder Scrolls III Morrowind is an absolutely incredible game. It was amazing when it came out. It continues to still be one of the highest rated, like, first-person sort of RPGs out there. And it's not just, you know, fanboys saying that. It's, like, genuinely a great game. What I am going to be doing is a Let's Play, because I've never done one before, and I'm excited to get started on this. I wonder if I can lower the game audio, because holy shit, it's loud in my ears. Okay, that's better. I mean, the music is fading. Whatever. Let's just get started. Each event is preceded by prophecy, but without the hero, there is no event. In the waning years of the Third Era of Tamriel, a prisoner born on a certain day to uncertain parents was sent under guard, without explanation, to Morrowind, ignorant of the role he was to play in that nation's history.
They have taken you from the Imperial City's prison, first by carriage and now by boat. To the east, to Morrowind. Fear not, for I am watchful. You have been chosen.
Many fall, but one remains.
Wake up. We're here. Why are you shaking? Are you okay? Wake up. Stand up. There you go. You were dreaming. What's your name?
Oh, Geob. Oh, there is going to be a cult that rises up for you in later games, but for now, you are just another boat person like I am. I am going to name myself Laroon, because that is my name in Dragon Age Inquisition, and it's a nice fantasy name, and that's all the reason that I need.
Well, not even last night's storm could wake you. I heard them say we've reached Morrowind. I'm sure they'll let us go. Quiet. Here comes the guard.
This is where you get off. Come with me.
Alright, fine.
You better do what they say.
Oh, shit, alright, fine. So, a little behind the scenes. At this point in the game, if you're looking at crates or barrels or chests or whatever, you can press space, which is the use key, and you don't have the option to open these up yet. I will later on, but for right now I can't, because the I guess UI or whatever is very limited for right now, because it's the beginning of the game and you gotta learn how to play. I can hold shift to run, and I can hold control to crouch down and sneak. But
Get
most
yourself
things
up on deck and let's keep this as civil as possible.
Good lord. Most things I can't do yet. Rude. Okay, so maybe now I can.
The sooner you leave, the sooner we can move on.
Let's see. Nope, I still can't open containers, but that's okay. Ooh, bread.
Yes, confused?
I can't...
We're all waiting.
Good. Why are these guards so rude? Also, that's not my name.
This is where they want you. Head down to the dock and I'll show you to the census office.
But I kind of want to keep looking at the ship. Also, just hot second here. Take a look at this water. This game came out, I think it was like about 10 years ago. I don't know the exact date. I think it was about 10 years ago. Imagine how well this water was received when the game first came out, right? Obviously, it's not true to life water, but that's pretty freaking close, right? Like, that is incredible. And depending on where you are and how close you are, like, okay, see that mountain and the land, you can kind of see the reflection on the water. I am always consistently amazed at how well this water looks. Alright, fine. Ooh, nice boots.
You finally arrived, but our records don't show from where.
Okay, so this is part of the character creator. These are the different races in the game. You have Argonian, kind of a lizard folk, Breton, sort of a... I think they're a mage race. Dark Elf, High Elf, fairly self-explanatory. Imperial, another human type race. Khajiit, these are the cat people. They are very cool. I like them. Nord, another human race, as you can tell, obviously Nordic. Orcs, they're orcs. Redguard, I'm trying to find a way to describe them other than, like, the game's only black people. I know they come from a very specific place, but, like, for instance, if I go Breton, I could change the face all around, but I can't change the skin tone, and they're all white. Honestly, that kind of annoys me that Redguard the only character that can be perceived as black, but it is what it is. This game is what it is. I love it, but it's got its problems, you know. Wood Elf, yet another elf-type people. I believe in this game I'm going to go Breton, because Breton have a Magicka bonus and magical resistances, which is nice. And I'm going to try to do a magic character, because magic can do so much in this game. It's tougher to use and use very well than it is in, say, Oblivion or Skyrim, but I do like the Magicka in this game. In this case, my normal Magicka, like the base level of it, it's going to be fortified by 50%, I think. Or by 50% of my base intelligence, I think. Resist Magicka gives you 50% resistance to Magicka spells in general, right? So there's like destruction spells, there's like mysticism or whatever. I think it's going to be like basically every Magicka damaging thing is going to affect me half as well as it should. And then Dragon Skin is just cool. Shield 50 points for 60 seconds on self. That's like a little shield bubble. I'll use it and show you what it looks like. It's really cool looking. Basically, it's going to, I think, lower the percentage that people have to hit me in this game by 50, I think. I am not actually an expert on this game and the individual mechanics and all that. I just really like to play it. That's what this is. But I'm going to pick a different face and hair. I think that's the one I typically go with when I go Breton. The vanilla faces in this game, regardless of race, are never that good. They're just kind of okay-ish. And sadly, the more human you are, the more your face is not great. I think part of that comes from, like, we have no idea what a real-world example of an orc looks like. Orcs are fake, right? Orcs are fictional races. So I can't objectively say, oh, that's a good face versus that's a bad face. They're not real. People are real. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with this one. It basically never comes up in-game, but I'm going to go with that one. The hair... Same thing. Hair is not great. It is what it is. Be an old guy. Wow, this sucks. This is just terrible. I think I'm gonna go with this one. It's okay. It's on the longer side. god, it's so bad. But I want to try to stick with as unmodded as I can in terms of, like, appearances. I do have mods on here, I'm going to go over those in a little bit, but they're mostly quality of life mods / convenience mods. I don't really have any mods to, like, give me a better face or a better body. There's very famous mods out there that do that. I don't really care about that. I know you might, I don't. Oh crap. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go with a male character, and I'm gonna go with that hair. Sure.
Great. I'm sure you'll fit right in. Follow me up to the office and they'll finish your release.
No, I won't. I'm an Outlander. People hate Outlanders in this game. No.
Head on in.
No, I can't even take the travel lanterns yet. Normally you can take things like lanterns and use them, but I have no inventory yet.
Head on in.
Okay, okay. That fire. It's a nice looking fire for a game that's 10 years old. It's just nice looking. Oh, also, side note, I am recording this and using OBS to do this. One of the trigger keys that I use to, like, start the recording and stop the recording and pause it and all that is Control, which in this game also makes you crouch to sneak, all that kind of stuff, right? So for instance, when you see me do this, it typically means that I've either paused the recording or, like, or stopped the recording, like, at the end of the video. It's just, I've bound the Control and R and P keys to do the functions in OBS to allow you to do that. So if this is annoying, I apologize. It is what it is. I'm not going to change it.
Yes, we've been expecting you. You'll have to be recorded before you're officially released. There are a few ways we can do this, and the choice is yours.
So at this point, he's going to present me with options to generate a class, or pick a class, or create a custom class. I answer his questions. That's kind of like a quiz. I don't want to do that. You can pick a class if you want to, but I always try to make a custom class. For funsies, we are going to say I am a stranger. And my specialization is actually going to be... I think I'm going to go stealth. I think what this does is make it easier to raise those particular skills, versus going with magic makes it easier to do that. But I kind of want to brute force these skills by using the spells. Combat, a lot of this is going to be stuff that I'm going to use in-game anyway. Like, if I'm holding a shield, I'm going to block more or less automatically based on how well my block skill is. Same thing with athletics. That's like, what, running and jumping? I'm going to be using that all the time anyway. Stealth, a lot of these I just want to make it easier to use. So, like I said, I'm not an expert or anything, but the in-game description for luck is affects every action you do in a small way. What that effectively translates to is whenever you open a chest or try to attack somebody, or it basically... Oh, let's take that off. Stranger PP. Again, Control P is pause, so I paused there for a second. A stranger PP? So dumb. Oh, what was I saying? Okay. Luck is one of those things that basically increases your odds to get better loot, or have a better result, or be better in the game. And strength, I have to go with... I want to go with something like intelligence or willpower, because I'm going to be doing kind of a magic build. But strength is just so useful right away. It's your starting health, your carrying capacity, your fatigue, as well as your overall damage. Like, it's just so useful for a level 1 character. For major skills, I'm going to go mostly magic, because, well, magic and, yeah, I guess alchemy is considered a magic thing. Mainly, that was my chair squeaking. It's going to be doing that. I'm sorry, it's just my chair. I can't decide. Alteration. So here's the thing. Going with magic for these major skills here, they're going to give you actual spells to use in combat or outside of combat, slash ability to use alchemical things better. So a lot of these are going to give me like the ability to summon a ghost or use a fireball or whatever the case is. Spells that you wouldn't normally have as a level 1 character without having an emphasis on magic. Maybe restoration. And mysticism? Might not need that. Illusion, I feel like the starting illusion spell is not that useful. Oh, enchant? I have enchant. Okay. Conjuration, I don't have. Maybe that's the ghost one. Okay. My intention with this character, like, towards the actual meat and potatoes of the game, is to eventually go into the tribunal, and I know that they favor blunt weapons as one of their, like, favored abilities or skills or whatever. Everything else here is going to be stuff that I will mostly use that's difficult to train. So, like, sneak, for instance, it's difficult to train early on. I'm going to probably be buying a lot of ability increases as I have the goal to do so. Light armor. Maybe light armor. You know what, marksman is helpful. Yeah, light armor. I guess security. Alright, let's see how this works.
Very good. The letter that preceded you mentioned you were born under a certain sign.
And what would that be? The sign that I'm going to go with is one that is not picked very often, and in fact is changed in later games. I'm going to go with the Tower, and the reason being is that Beggar's Nose is so incredibly helpful. Sometimes it will proc things that probably aren't there, or might just be glitching, but for the most part it's going to show you things that you probably don't see or won't notice very easily. Plus Tower Key is very, very helpful for an early level character.
Interesting. Now, before I stamp these papers, make sure this information is correct.
Okay, so here's where I'm going to find out what spells I got. Okay, Firebite, that's the destruction. Beggar's Nose, that's not a spell, that's a power that I got from my star sign, which is, again, the Tower. And actually, is it a power? Okay, no, it is a spell, but I get it specifically from the Tower. What it is a spell that has no chance of failing. It's always going to work, and it's very, very helpful. I think that's the thing that the Tower gets you. Like, the star signs will give you various spells or abilities or whatever. In this case, Beggar's Nose has a 100% chance of working all the time. It's just really nice. Ancestral Ghost, yeah, that's the Conjuration one. Okay, so I can use Bound Dagger too. Hearth Heal, that's Restoration. What else did I pick? Enchant? That's not going to give me a spell, but that's okay. And then Alchemy. Okay, no, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. And this is what I mean by the Breton and the Magicka. Being a Breton gives you a bonus to Magicka, which is 75. That's almost twice as much as my health, which is very useful considering how expensive spells can be. Luck is 50. I think that's the highest it can be for right now, which is fine. I'm okay with that. Agility. This is mostly melee and fatigue. Speed. I do wish my speed was higher. It's going to be like... You don't get any mounts or anything in this game, so speed is going to weigh on you after a while. But it is what it is. I'm probably going to pause some things here and there and skip really long travel if it helps. I don't know. We'll see. Personality. This is like how merchants treat you, or how new people treat you when they first meet you, or whatever the case is. Your interactions with other characters. 40 isn't bad, but given that the no, I'm not gonna spoil that right now. We'll go into that later. Yeah, I like this. I think this is good. Dragon skin is because I'm a Breton, and then tower key is because of the tower. Yeah, okay, we'll do that.
Show your papers to the captain when you exit to get your release fee.
So this is the actual... Okay, so you wake up on a prison boat, right? Essentially what's happened is your character has been taken out of jail by the... I want to say the Emperor himself. Emperor Uriel Septim VII. He basically said, yo, that prisoner there, take him out, send him to Morrowind. And this is sort of like that release paper for that. Now I have an inventory. Okay. Okay. And I can also hit tab, and that's my character. I look very plain. It's fine. It is what it is.
Continue through to the next building and talk to Celestravius.
This is one of the only places in the game where you can find a copy of the Firmament just sitting out. It's very nice. These are good to sell. Sell. You're gonna see me stealing a lot in this game. I am sorry to say, but it's just... yeah, I'm kind of a magical thief. And, actually, that's a lockpick. There might not be anything good in here. Wow. Wow. Okay, so that lock level 1 means that it's 1 out of 100. That's how low it is and how difficult it was for me to open it as a level 1 character. Ooh, okay, I'll take that 31 gold. Thank you. The silver stuff is gonna... Oh, that's right. This technically counts as a torch. But then why didn't that... Okay. Basically, you can hold sources of light, whether a candle, a torch, a lantern, whatever, and it helps to illuminate the area around you. They do eventually get used up, and then it's just like it's a dead torch or dead candle. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna pause. And, okay. Let's actually... Yes. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so this is a potion. Some potions in this game are actually things like alcoholic beverages or like hard liquors, beers, things like that. They all do stuff when you drink them. I'm not going to drink any yet, but that's what this is. The red stuff is bad modifiers, and the blue stuff is good modifiers. So Flynn, for instance, is only good, but Mazda is mostly bad, but it makes you strong. So I'm probably going to sell this one and keep this one. Silver stuff is good for selling. Yes, yes. Regular papers in this game, you can eventually, can't see, I don't think I've forgotten our wager. I want this, sure. Papers, books, scrolls, you can read them, but papers in particular you can also enchant eventually to make like a one-time use spell scroll kind of thing. Bread, yeah, alchemical ingredients. Food items are, I think they're almost always alchemical ingredients that you can use to make potions or eat them directly, and you might get their beneficial property or ability, but it also kind of depends on, you know, how good your alchemy skill is. Weapons, daggers, maces, swords, it's self-explanatory. I don't have auto best attack on, so it kind of depends on, you know, what direction I'm going in, all that kind of stuff. It's okay. See, these are like that's jerky, that's crab meat, these are eggs. These are almost always going to be alchemical ingredients. I don't need to take all of them, but I want to have a wide variety of good ingredients to work with. That's just a plain bottle, I don't need that. Bedrolls and regular beds in this game are how you rest, which is one way that you can recover your lost magicka and health. But it's also how you raise your level when the time comes. I'll explain that later. Guess I will have that torch. One thing that I didn't necessarily appreciate when I was younger is how much real-world life items are in this game. I mean, you saw I picked up, what was it, a knife and a fork. Like, I can't equip these, they're like eating implements. There is one fork I can equip, but I'll go into that later if I run into it. But like, they didn't need to use plates and cups and forks, but Bethesda included them in this game, or like empty bottles. That's not a potion bottle, that's a bottle. It just really helps to flesh out the world and make it feel more real, which I love now. I didn't really appreciate it then. And now I have a map. So this is, okay, we'll start with the world map. So this is the world. This is Morrowind. This might actually be Vardenfell. I think the island itself is known as Vardenfell. Surrounding it is kind of like a big continent. I think that landmass, like state or province or whatever, is Morrowind. I think the island itself is called Vardenfell. Right here in the center, that's a volcano. It's called Red Mountain. Right here is a giant island called Solstheim. I'll be going there later, and I'll be going there later as well. For right now, I am right here along the coast, in a tiny, tiny town called Sedanin. It's kind of a fishing village. And apparently it's where they send prisoners when they get off the boat from the Census and Excise office. See, that's just a goblet in a bottle. I'll take it because I'm going to sell it. This is Celestravius the Captain. He is going to tell me about my duties, and he's basically taken the item from me, like the release papers, and he's explaining, you know, why are you here? What are you supposed to do? Yada yada yada, all that kind of stuff. Cool. There's also a key behind him.
Any time now.
Shush. There's a key behind him to a warehouse that I cannot take without making him really pissed off at me. I might be able to get into it, or I might be able to steal the key later, but for right now I can still get in there. Alright, let me save my game. Okay. See, I'm still so impressed by the water. It's just really nice. Okay, let's go over the basics of the game so far as like, how am I doing this, and all that kind of stuff. I guess I'll go into video. So this is the version of Morrowind that I got from GOG, Good Old Games. It's a really awesome website. They have all kinds of cool things there. They specialize in mainly old games that have difficulty running on modern systems. So for instance, this game, like, I have it on disc. I have the base game, the expansion pack, Tribunal, and Blood Moon on the Game of the Year edition of Morrowind. But I don't think that game is capable of running on its own on Windows 10. Plus, my computer that I got doesn't have a disk drive, so I couldn't play it anyway. But GOG, and the fine folks at GOG, have made this game very, very compatible with modern systems. And in fact, I think that's what this resolution is. I don't think this resolution is available on the regular games, even version 1.6.1820, which is the standard, up-to-date modern version. I don't think this resolution is available on the regular game on disc, but it is from GOG, so thank you very much, GOG. Now, what that means is the game extends to about here. It's basically a square. I think it's technically 4:3. Now, I'm using an ultra-wide monitor, but this is not an ultra-wide resolution. I don't think it's even technically a widescreen resolution. It's 4:3. It's sort of a square. But you know, if Zach can do it for Justice League, then I can do it for this game. This is going to be my Snyder cut, and it is just what it is. I have the view distance extended as far as it can go. It's not really that far for modern standards, but it's pretty okay. Most of the time I'm not going to notice it's not that far. It's just, you know, it is what it is. The shadows are on full. You can see it vanish from his feet. I don't know why it's off or full. It's basically on or off. I don't know why they have full. I don't even know why it's a slider bar. It doesn't really make a difference as far as that, but it's fine. Okay, so subtitles are on, crosshairs are on. I'll keep that off for now. Let me actually explain how that works. So every weapon in the game has a chop, a slash, or a thrust in terms of its best possible usage, right? For a mace, I think it's going to be a chop, even though it's a blunt weapon. For swords, oftentimes it's going to be a slash. For dagger, it's a thrust, typically. It doesn't matter so much with this weapon, because it's a tiny iron dagger. It's not going to do a whole lot of damage regardless. But this is a thrust, this is a slash, and that's a chop. So for certain things like the really, really good swords, the slash is going to be much higher in terms of damage output. You see that 4-5 or 5-5 for thrust. For some of the really powerful swords, the slash is going to be much higher. For the maces that are powerful, the chop is going to be much higher. So best attack for a sword might be a slash. Best attack for a mace might be a chop. For a dagger, typically it's thrust when you have like the really good daggers. So always use best attack as an option to only ever use the best attack. But it means more often than not, like in the case of the really good daggers, you're only ever thrusting no matter what. You literally can't slash or chop with it. Because you're only using the best attack and it's a dagger. So it makes for the fighting to be a little bit plain, but ultimately that's okay. But for right now, I still want the variety in the attacks, so I'm keeping that off for right now. And before I do anything else, let me explain... Do I have the... I don't think I have access to the data files from in the game. That's fine. Okay, I'll go into the data files in the next video. I don't think I can touch them from here. Yeah, I don't think I can. That's fine. Okay, never mind. That'll be for the next episode. For right now, we're just gonna keep going on with the story. So when I left the Census and Excise office, the first building to get to the second building, which is what this here is.
I really don't have time for this, so make it quick.
Oh, shush. You're gonna love me in a second here. When I left the first building to get to the second building, there was a blue item that I found in a barrel, right? That's this. It's an enchanted item. The blue means that it's enchanted with some magical property. In this case, this item is called the Engraved Ring of Healing, and its special enchantment is that it will help me to recover my health. It's not very powerful at all, but for a level 1 character, it's okay to have. But there's a story about it. I'm probably not going to keep it, and I will tell you why. But first, this is what it looks like. Recovering health or doing some kind of recovery looks like that animation. It's cool looking. It's okay. Let me talk to Fargoth. So this is a little wood elf called Fargoth.
Hurry this up, will you?
For the vast majority of characters, he's one of the first, or for players, he's one of the first characters you interact with in a positive way eventually. Are you the one that boat dropped off? Odd to see a boat arrive at that time of the day. Hope the Imperials treated you okay. I swear they took my ring. Ring? Okay, let's click on that. The blue words are like click-through things that you can basically advance the dialogue with. I swear one of the guards has it. I had it last week before their weekly Let's Shake Down Fargoth ritual. An engraved healing ring. See? Family heirloom of mine. You haven't seen it, have you? Your journal has been updated. At this point, I can lie to him and just keep the ring, but it's actually much, much better for me to just be honest with it. Yes, I found it. Here, take it. You found it! Amazing! Thank you, thank you. You are now my favorite friend. Dude, you need better standards. I'll be sure to tell the others, especially my friend Auril, who runs the trade house here. Go see him. He'll be happy to see you now. Your journal has been updated. Engraved Ring of Healing has been removed from your inventory. If you noticed when I was using the ring a little bit ago, the icon for it was here, and there was basically a health bar for the ring here. That's the enchantment, like, level or the ability, and it was going down when I was using it, because when you use an enchanted item like that, it can't be used just forever willy-nilly. It's got a capacity, and when you use it a certain amount of times, the capacity goes down, and eventually it will go back up, because that's how it works, you know. But now it's just gone, because I basically gave Fargoth back his ring that I found in the barrel in the Census and Excise office. Now, it might seem like, oh, I just lost a really cool item. Just stick with me for a second here. It gets better. So Fargoth is good friends with Auril, who runs Auril's trade house. And basically what Fargoth has done, you don't see it happen, of course, because of the game, but what Fargoth has done is basically told Auril that I am now one of Fargoth's very best friends.
Talk at your leisure.
See, Auril was very nice to me. Fargoth is going to be nice to me now as well, but he wasn't at first. Latest rumors, a little advice. Okay, so eventually Auril is going to tell me a little bit about Fargoth. Creatures. Okay, so right here, 85 out of 100. That is my disposition with him. The higher the number, the better the prices he'll give me, and the better I can get from him in terms of gold for selling him stuff. I'm going to sell him all the useless cosmetic stuff that I don't need and that never does anything with. Bottle, fork, knife, it's already there. I'm going to sell him these things, and yeah, I'm going to sell him these things because I don't need them right now. Okay. Okay. See, and he's giving me a total of 97 gold for everything I'm going to sell him. If his disposition wasn't that high, the amount of gold I would get from him is... it would not be good. It would not be very good. Frankly, 97 is not that great, but it is what it is. And because I just did business with him, his disposition has gone up a point. If I tried to sell him every item like one at a time, it would go up 1 point for each item I sold to him. But it's not permanent, it's only temporary, so when I leave conversation and get back with him, it's back at 85. It's like I'm getting into his good graces for a little bit, and then it refreshes with each conversation.
There's someone watching me. I can tell.
Sure. So at this point you might be wondering, well, wait a minute, how in the world did Fargoth's ring get into the barrel in the first place? Well, let me talk to you about Hriskar Flatfoot.
Come on then, say something or move on.
He's kind of a douche. You look like you could use a friend, Outlander. Perhaps I can be your friend. I'd like you to help me recover some gold. He's basically here just for this quest, because that's all that he has. That's right. See, I had a bad run of luck playing 9 holes, which is, in the universe of this game, a game, and lost a bit of money. I think it's like a card game or something. Normally I'd be fine. We can usually keep some gold in our pockets just from the money the locals pay us for protection. But I know some of them are holding out on me, especially that little fetcher, Fargoth. He's come up light the past couple of weeks when I've shaken him down. See, he's a fucking douche. I know he's stashing it somewhere. I'd like you to find Fargoth's hiding place. I know the little fetcher's got one somewhere in town, just not sure where yet. I've already gone through his whole house, so I know he's not hiding it there. See, he's a fucking... I'd like you to find out where he's stashing his gold. If you can, I'll give you a share of the wealth. Are you up for it? Your journal has been updated. I am going to do it because it's kind of an interesting quest and introduces one of the game's mechanics, but I'm not going to feel good about it. Excellent. Here's what I want you to do. I'm not sure where he goes, but I know he wanders around town at night. Watch his movements. The best vantage point is on top of the lighthouse south of town. That'll give you a nice view of all of Sedanin. If you keep an eye on where he goes, I'm sure you'll be able to figure out where he's hiding that gold. Okay, so it is going to take quite a bit of time for night to come. And I can tell that, yeah, it's only 3 p.m. The T button is like how you rest, but it's also, it's good for bringing up the time.
What was that?
And while we wait for night to fall, I can actually talk to, I think it's Cyril Lonway? No, it's Elona. Shush.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay, this is something I gotta go into because it's gonna come up a lot in this game. Your character is known as an Outlander. It's basically a foreigner to this part of the world, the overall world, right? In game, you're gonna find out when you talk to people about Outlanders that they don't like you because you're an Outlander. Vardenfell is very wary of people that don't come from Vardenfell. It's just, in the lore of the game, it's just how it is. I don't, you know, that's why everybody's going to be rude to me. Like, everybody's going to say something or move on, or I really don't have time for that. Like, everybody's rude to you until you become, like, a well-known great person. It's because you're an Outlander. It's something to do with how you speak. Like, they say that you have a look about you like a foreigner, or like you speak with an accent or whatever, and they don't like that. It's annoying, and you know, it comes up a lot. So that's why everybody's rude to me, because I am an Outlander and a foreigner, and because they're douches, let's be honest. Because they're just pricks. Elone is a scout, and a secret member of something that will come up...
Quickly, Outlander. I haven't much time.
Why is everybody coughing? Okay, she's a scout. She knows shit about the land. Okay, that's very loud. I'm gonna turn the voice down a bit. Good God. Go ahead, you're not interrupting anything. I'm alone, scout. You need directions? Pelagiad, Balmora, Caldera, Ebonheart, Vivek. Sure, let's go into my trade. I'm a scout. I know places, people, plants, paths, wind, and weather. She's like a ranger kind of thing. And this is going to be interesting. Right now on the map, I have a place for Balmora, and a place for Pelagiad, and a place for Seyda-Neen. And I think their reason is because those are the only places I've ended up talking to people about. I believe that when I talk to her about different places, it will show up on my map. Caldera, Ebonheart, Balmora, Geography of Vardenfell. Yeah, okay. Vardenfell District is the island of Vardenfell surrounded by the inland sea. That was the giant island on the map. Vivek. Okay. Yeah, okay, so here's Vivek. Vivek is a giant city, and there's also Ebonheart right next to it. The more you talk to people in this game about different places that you haven't been to, the more they show up on the map. See, there's Caldera, there's Balmora, and Moonmoth Legion Fort, which is right next to Balmora. It's good for filling out your map, and it helps you to find out where you're supposed to go for a good number of quests. Let me pause for a second. And we're back. Okay. Latest rumors. Okay. The latest rumors topic of conversation with people is really good for figuring out various things that are happening in the different towns or cities or places of the world. And oftentimes it will show you, like, you can do this thing here, or have you heard of this thing happening there, or whatever. In this case, because nothing is going on yet, the latest rumors is going to talk about an island to the north called Solstheim, which is part of the Blood Moon expansion pack, which I am nowhere near strong enough to get to yet, but for whatever reason, it's set up to be a topic of conversation that can appear from level 1. I would die if I went to Solstheim right now. I would get eaten by wolves, and that is not a joke. So for right now, I'm just going to leave it there. But it's going to pop up as latest rumors a lot. I'll get there eventually, not right now. Okay. Oh, no, I can't do that yet. Okay. And it's still 3 p.m.
I don't believe it.
The doors in this game that are locked, you see how it says lock level 40? That kind of determines how difficult it is to open a door. In this case, it's like 40 out of 100, right? I don't know of any level 100 locked doors in this game. I think there might be one. But for the most part, they're going to be sort of low-ish numbers. Man, it is going to take a while for night to fall. I wonder if Vodunius Nucius is here. Is that him? Yes, it is. Yes, what do you want? If you're looking to get out of Seyda-Neen, I'll be happy to give you a little advice. New here? Take the Silt Strider to Vivek or Balmora, fast and cheap. No trouble with wild animals, and smugglers, and bandits, and outlaws. This world is rough. This world is out to kill you if you let it. Go see Darvaim Hlaren over at the Strider Port, over the bridge and east along the water, and tell her Vodunius Nucius sent you, which is you. Right, that's me. If you decide to take the Silt Strider, tell Darvaim Hlaren I sent you. Latest rumors for him? Yes, he's still Solstheim. The different places you go to, latest rumors are going to be different. For right now, it's still just going to be stuck on Solstheim, which is fine. So that is the Silt Strider. It's basically a giant insect that has, in a very real sense, been domesticated and used for fast travel in this game. There is no regular system of fast travel. Look, that's a giant-ass insect. I know in games like Skyrim and I think in Oblivion you can basically fast travel on the map from this town to that town to, you know, whatever. There is no fast travel in this game. It's not a thing. At least not as you're thinking. Silt Striders are a system of fast travel. There's also boats and teleportation mages. But I can't just do it whenever to wherever. It didn't exist in the Elder Scrolls series when this game came out. And Silt Striders, if you can see, that's basically like handles or direction inputs. Basically what happens is they cut open the giant insect's carapace and expose the nerves on the inside, and then direct them to basically force the insect to go where they want to go. It's really harsh and bleak when you think about it. Don't think about it. Just don't think about it. It's a game. It's just a game. This is the seaport village of Seyda Outlander. See? Outlander. In the Bitter Coast region. I am a caravaner, and I manage the Silt Strider port here. Tell me your destination, if you're looking for a ride. Or if you're new to Seyda, I can help you with local services. Or any specific place in Seyda you're looking for. Or if you want someone in particular, maybe I know where to look. She has the option to talk about Vodunius. Oh, yes, he steers business my way, and I do him a little favor now and then. Poor fellow, I don't think he's happy here in Morrowind. The journal looks like this, and the quests have different topics. A lot of it kind of flies under your radar. Like, obviously the text boxes tell you your journal has been updated when you get a new quest, or it might not even be a quest. Sometimes your journal will update and it's not a quest. But what I mean is, like, you could have a quest be unlocked or open and not even know it. So it is helpful to actually, like, look in your journal and find your quests, because it's good just to also sort them. Yeah, so this... yeah, that is Fargoth's ring, but it's kind of grayed out because it's actually done already. But it's not done in the sense that we'll encounter it again, and I'll show you that when it happens. The key for your journal is J. It's just nice. That's alright, Laroon. You're not interrupting anything important. See, most people are going to start off with like 40 or 45 disposition towards you. It's kind of just like middle of the road. Okay. See, because I talked to the Silt Strider person about him, now his topic is different. Not happy here? In fact, no, I'm not. If I had 100 drakes, I'd be on the next boat to Narcissus. I came here to make my fortune, and all I've got is this cursed ring. Say, would you give me 100 drakes for it? Drakes are like coins or gold in this game. It's the currency system. The ring itself is worth more than that, but the enchantment is cursed, and no one will buy it from me. It has a nifty little enchantment that helps you run faster. Problem is, it sucks the blood right out of you every time you use it. Please? You'll be doing me a real favor. Sure, buddy. You seem like you're not happy. Thank you. You're a lifesaver. I'll grab the next boat out of here. Thanks again, and I hope your luck here is better than mine was. So now I got his cursed ring, and I gave him 100 gold. Which leaves me with... where's my gold? Oh, there it is. I've only got 115 left, which is fine.
Go ahead, stranger.
No, you go. Out. You go out. Leave. Get out of here. And actually, in fact, because I gave him the gold and finished his quest... show all. Yep, see? I was on his quest and didn't even know it. Because I finished his quest, the next time I leave Seyda and come back, in terms of traveling via the Silt Strider or whatever, he'll be gone. Like, this is one of the last times that we'll see him as far as this day. What else is there? What else is there? Well, now that I have an enchanted item, I can equip it again. So it fortifies your athletics by 5 points for a full minute, but takes 10 points of your health off. It sounds like it could be useful, but 5 points in athletics is not going to help you very much. Athletics... where'd you go? Right there. Athletic skill trains and conditions one for running and swimming. Skilled athletes move short and long distances over land with speed and efficiency, and they also swim swiftly underwater. An increase to athletics is good, but I've only got 5, and so to make that 10 out of a possible 100, it's still going to be 10 out of 100. Like, it will help, but it's not going to help that much. And because this is... Okay, it's 5 p.m. Night is close to falling, but it's not going to happen yet. I feel like I have done a good amount of starting this Let's Play. And I'm also very curious what the file size will be for this. Okay, cool. Good to know. That's actually something to keep in mind. Your athletics in this game is going to increase a lot just by jumping everywhere. Or acrobatics, I mean. Whatever. By running and jumping a lot, I'm going to be basically passively increasing my athletics and acrobatics without even really trying to. It's just one of the nice things about this game. At least in the very beginning. But I am actually going to go here because it is after... It's almost 1 in the morning and I gotta go to bed. When we come back, we will take a look at the next item in the quest to help or hinder Fargoth, and I'll show you why night is important. But thank you very much for watching. This has been a very cool thing for me to do as my first ever Let's Play. I'm very happy that I now have the ability to do this, and I will see you next time. Alrighty, bye!